Hey there, runners. How we doing this morning? Hi, this is another uh, Friday morning little training live session that I wanted to do for you guys. Um, last week, I went over some some questions I've seen about low heart rate training, and today I wanted to go through uh, uh, kind of the five common mistakes that I see runners falling into with Maffetone training. So, um, Maffetone training is essentially uh, like zone two training, low heart rate training. It's the kind of standard method that we all follow uh, to improve our aerobic capacity and add more power and speed to our running. But there's a few problems that older runners especially run into that I see all the time, and uh, I want to go through kind of the top five that I see the most often. So uh, let's get started. So the first one is training at the wrong heart rate. So the Maffetone formula is uh, simply put 180 minus your age, and for most people that puts you in a very solid aerobic zone within your zone two range, so that you've got a, a great kind of an optimum heart rate to build your aerobic capacity. But but the problem with that is once you get into your 60s and 70s, that the formula kind of breaks down. And Dr. Phil talks about that is, all of his data is for thousands of runners, uh, below the age of 60, but not much above that. Um, so you have to do some massaging, and it's more of an art than a science. So what I do with my running clients is uh, we go through uh, a few different ways to collect some data. First, we calculate out your zone two range, and then I have you do an actual math test, which is uh, running running at that calculated heart rate, and just see how you do, if you can even run at that pace, or if you do, uh, what's your running pace at that low heart rate. And then this special test that I do is what I call your minimum viable pace, where you just run as slow as you can, and uh, don't don't look at your heart rate or anything, and we just see what your heart rate is at that pace. And then I have you hop on a call, and we sit there and go through all that data and come up with uh, the ideal heart rate for you to train at, so that you're not wasting time out there running at the wrong heart rate, not getting any benefits from it. So anyway, yeah. So the first mistake is just opening up the book, doing the calculation, and using that heart rate, and um, it ends up not working for you. Either you can't even run at that heart rate, or you're not seeing any results. So um, that's the first mistake I see. The the second mistake is not running enough. So so the thing about building your aerobic capacity, it's an endurance thing, and that means you need to put in some time with it on a weekly basis in order for to actually um, uh, get the desired results. So uh, so what is that? So you need to spend at least 3 hours per week doing this type of training to actually see some results. And uh, uh, not everyone runs that much. To give an example, what I recommend is, that's like uh, doing a 45-minute run 4 times a week. So uh, so if you can do that consistently week after week, that's where you're going to see the biggest gains from this type of training. So it might be more running than what you're used to, but it's at a very low pace and low heart rate. So it's not difficult to do, but uh, you need to put the time in, time on your feet in order for this to actually work for you. Um, so the second mistake is just not uh, doing this enough during the week to see the benefits. The third mistake I see is it's pretty funny. I mean, we're recreational runners. We're not really fast, but um, uh, many of us are not very efficient at running really slow. So it's uh, it, you know it, if you're trying to run at a low heart rate and you're running very slow, uh, one of the problems or reasons why you're so slow at that heart rate is you have a very inefficient gait. And um, what I see the most is people, instead of their foot landing underneath their body each stride, it's landing out in front of you. I mean, the classic is the heel strike, where the heel is way out there, putting on the brakes with each stride. Uh, but and some people do that, but even even as it gets closer to your body, if it's still landing out in front, you're essentially putting the brakes on with each stride. So to fix that, one of the things that helps is just running at a higher cadence and practicing taking little short steps, uh, pretending you're running on hot pavement so that you're lifting your heel up, uh, very quickly. And what I do is actually do a video gait analysis, so I can kind of freeze frame and show you, where your foot's actually landing, and if this is a problem, then we can talk about how to fix that so that you can kind of kick along at a slow pace and be very efficient and have a more enjoyable, faster run while you're doing this training. So having a inefficient running gait is another mistake that I see for people doing this training. The other one is, if you've been running for 20, 30 years, the runner's diet is, you need those carbs, to get out there and run. And, in some ways that's true. And, that's what we've been taught all over the years. And, so we're grabbing that banana or that bagel before we go out on a run, so we have enough energy to do that run. The problem is what we're trying to do with low heart rate training and the Maffetone method is, we're building that aerobic base, and the little mitochondria that provide all the energy for your muscles doing this low training rely on fatty acids to fuel all that energy rather than carbs. So the problem is when you eat that bagel or that banana, you're spiking, you're getting a insulin response to that sugar coming into your body. And one of the things that insulin does is block that fat burning system so that you can burn off those carbs. So what that does is that inhibits the growth and the multiplying of your mitochondria, which is what we're trying to do in this low heart rate training. So if you're eating too many carbs, high glycemic uh, uh, carbs that are, if you're spiking that insulin all the time, then you're inhibiting your fat burning, which is the fuel that you need to do this low heart rate training. So one of the reasons why you might not be seeing results is your diet is wrong. So it's real easy to fix. It's you don't have to be terribly restrictive, but you do have to kind of go through a reset process to get your default fat burning system working again. And that's where you're going to see the best results from low heart rate training. So nutrition is very important. So the last mistake I see is that people don't give it enough time. So nowadays everyone's so interested in, I want it now. If I do this, I should be faster. Well, yeah, but you need to realize that you're going through a metabolic process when you're doing low heart rate training, and it takes a while for your body to adapt and build, and for you to see dramatic results from doing this type of training. So, we're not talking days. We're talking several weeks or several months before you actually feel a real benefit from doing this type of training. So as I said before, you just need to get out there, time on the feet, your 4 runs per week, week after week, and in a month or two, you should see some results. And like I guarantee for my clients is, you should be running a minute per mile faster in about 3 months or 90 days if you're doing everything right. But some people that might not click in until another month or two later. Some much quicker, but this is kind of a long approach of training. So I like to tell people, think of this as a 2-year project, because you'll really year after year you should see even more improvement as you adopt this type of training. That's kind of the cool thing about it, is even as you get older, you can either continue to run faster or stay at the same pace without a lot of effort and without injuring yourself doing all these crazy workouts to keep your speed up. So low heart rate training, or the Maffetone method, is a fantastic way to dramatically improve your enjoyment of running, but you need to put the time in. So don't give up. And I'm here to help. So if you have questions, feel free to hit me up in the group, or if you're on the email list, send me an email. And of course, if you want to, get some help, go to my website. I'll put a link to the coaching page, because I have a couple different different programs that might work for you, or you can just schedule a call and we can yak and see where you're at, and if what I do might be of some help for you. So anyway, that's the 5 common mistakes that I see with older runners who are trying low heart rate training or Maffetone training. And like I said, if you're interested in all this stuff, I'm here to help. See you in the next one.